ERC, quality service since 1972, repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is James Spann. This is the Weather Xtreme video for Monday afternoon, the 3rd day of November. And again today, the weather absolutely gorgeous across the state. The weather will change before the week is over, but quite frankly, it doesn't look like it's going to be a big rain event out there at the end of this week. Let's go right to some Skycam shots around the network today. First off, the view coming from Birmingham. That's our Skycam on top of the Daniel Building looking south, a mostly sunny sky. Only a few fair weather clouds in the sky. Down in Gulf Shores, love that camera shot, especially this time of the year when the sun goes down over the water. That's a view coming from the top of the Phoenix All Suites, looking right over the public beach. Not many folks out there on these fall days. It's not very crowded down there. Wonderful time to go. And from Shelby County, one of our sky cams there, this one at the campus of the University of Montevallo. We note the fall colors showing nicely in the trees there, and the sky mostly sunny. Upper air chart showing a relatively calm pattern across the deep south this afternoon. Not much happening here. The big one to watch is the trough moving back into the Pacific Northwest, and that will be affecting Alabama before the week is over. Temperatures today warming up nicely. Look at all the 70s. We've got 70s as far north as Chicago and Des Moines, almost to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And we'll see highs in the 70s for the next couple of days. In fact, parts of West Alabama might be flirting with 80 by Thursday, but we'll see a cool down for the weekend ahead. How much rain will fall late this week? The answer, not much. This is the QPF chart. This is valid through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, and this is suggesting only about 1/10 of an inch here, and I think that's right. This morning we talked about a 1/4 inch or less, and I still think that's a good number. With a chance of showers late Thursday night or Friday, it doesn't look like a big deal. Heaviest rain around the country along the Pacific Northwest coast and across the nation's midsection there from near Lake Texoma on the Texas-Oklahoma border up to the Canadian border. And we've still got a severe weather risk on day 3. This is Wednesday, a slight risk of severe weather roughly from Dallas-Fort Worth up to Des Moines. And on day 4, it shifts to the east. That would include areas from near Lake Charles and Houston up to Des Moines and Springfield, Illinois. And in that risk on day 4, Thursday, we've got places like St. Louis, Memphis, Little Rock, Jackson. But again, I don't think that's going to be a big event. And by the time we get to Friday, there is no severe weather risk defined, and that certainly is appropriate. Let's take a look at the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow. This is at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. We've got the trough developing out west. Underneath all of that, we stay dry. There is that disturbance on the Atlantic coast producing rain for places like Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Norfolk, Virginia, but that's not going to bother us. Wednesday, another beautiful day, cool in the morning, mild in the afternoon. And we note the storm coming out of the Rockies on Wednesday, producing some snow out there. And Thursday, the trough shows up nicely with the core of the upper air low between Sioux City and Minneapolis-St. Paul, way up north. And the system is vertically stacked, the surface low in about the same spot. That looks like a good snowstorm for the Dakotas. And you can see that trailing front running from near St. Louis down to about Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, this run a little slower. This is suggesting all of Thursday will be dry. And, this morning we talked about the main window for showers from midnight Thursday night until noon Friday. Looks like it might be a little later than that. Let's go to Friday. And there's the trough still with the axis off to the west. The surface front is coming through here. And the showers are ending over northwest Alabama at midday. But it looks like it might be a Friday morning kind of thing. Maybe 3 a.m. Friday to 3 p.m. Friday, something like that. Still think the rain will be over in time for high school football, and it still doesn't look like a big rain event. Amounts a 1/4 inch or less. And then Saturday, starting off the weekend, we are in a dry slot. The weather should be cooler. Highs in the 60s, but just a beautiful day for football. And Sunday looks good. Nice and cool in the morning. Will be close to 40. And again, the high Sunday should be in the 60s with bright sunshine. A week from today, Monday of next week, we stay dry. We note that rain mass back off to the west. Now, let's go out there to mid-month. This is the 15th of November, and sure enough, we got a different look. If you watched this morning, the OZ run had this big negative tilt trough swinging through here with potential for rain and strong storms. Well, now the 12Z run takes that trough and splits it. It's got a northern segment that passes way north, and the southern part goes into retrogression back into the Gulf of California, is a closed upper low, and a big ridge takes over the deep south. And if that's right, not much happens here. That front stalls out to the west. So, pure model madness, and the next run will probably see something different. And at the end of the forecast on the 19th of November, that's a cold trough out there across the nation's heartland. Look underneath that thing. That is an Arctic high over Denver, 1,036 millibar high, very cold air behind a sharp front. That looks like a big snowstorm, maybe strong storms in the warm sector. But and I know that this is voodoo, and that could go away on the next run. We're just watching, but more than likely, it looks like the latter half of November will be interesting, and something like that is certainly possible. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog, the next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Weather.